Hi, welcome to the Sales Strategies for Christian Coaches podcast. I'm Justin Janowski, your host, and I remember being a new Christian coach working to build my business and feeling really overwhelmed with all the strategies in the marketplace, having some self-doubt and imposter syndrome, and knowing I needed to overcome that. I surrendered to God and I took action on simplified strategies that could actually help me have success. And I built a $250,000 business my first year, far beyond what I thought was possible. And now I'm helping other Christian coaches accomplish their entrepreneurial dreams. We've worked with over 1,000 Christian coaches, and this podcast is designed to help you, like them, design your ideal business, figure out your signature offers and pricing, and learn high integrity marketing and sales strategies that can help you have success while honoring God and your prospects. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to talk to you about the key to successful networking calls. The most important thing we can do if we want to have a really productive, really successful networking conversation is pre-framing the call. Now, if you know me, you've heard me talk about this strategy in different contexts before, but I want to talk specifically about how to open up a call where you're networking, you're meeting somebody. Maybe you've been introduced or referred to somebody, but there's not a clear context. So it's not exactly a sales call. It's not exactly a coaching call. It's just an opportunity to meet somebody new via Zoom, get to know them. And ideally, we should structure this call in such a way that if there is an opportunity for us to work together, that's discovered. We should structure this call in such a way that if they should be your client, you can make it easy for them to say yes and take the next step with you. We should structure this call in such a way that if sharing referrals makes sense, that can be done. We should structure this call in such a way that if there's a collaboration to be found, it should be found. And we want to show up in such a way that this isn't just like two people making friends. That's fine. We want to make friends. We want to build relationships in that way, but we also want to have productive conversations. And a productive conversation starts with someone leading the conversation. Now, because you're coming into this call on equal playing ground in a networking conversation, I'm not talking about like a dramatic leadership stance or taking a dramatic position of authority at the beginning of the call. I'm talking about a very simple, structured way of opening the call that allows you to lead and allows the conversation to be productive and ultimately work towards outcomes that could benefit one or both sides. Of course, we're looking for win-win or no deal. The way we want to do this is when we get on a call with somebody where we're networking, I open up in building rapport for 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Like, hey, how are you? How's your day been so far? Awesome. My day's been great. Thanks for asking. I'm so happy to be talking to you. Would it be all right if I set a simple structure for this call? Or I don't even necessarily ask that. I just jump right into the pre-frame. I'm like, awesome. I'm so excited to be talking to you. I heard great things about you from John, and I really just want to get to know more about you and your business, share about what I do, and see how we can support each other. Are you open to that? It could be that simple. My outcome for this call is to get to know you better, share about myself, and see how we can support each other. Does that sound okay? My outcome for this call, I'm really excited to be talking to you. I want to get to know more about you and your walk with Jesus, share about my faith background, and see how we can support each other. Right? Depending on the context of what you're doing, you might say slightly different things. And then you could evolve it. So it could be that simple. Or it could be evolved a little bit. I might say, hey, I'm really excited to get to know you and your business, share about what I'm doing, and see how we can support each other. If there's an opportunity for us to work together, collaborate, or share referrals, I'm very open to that. And if we just get to know each other and become friends and prayer warriors, that works for me too. Does that sound okay? They say yes. And we transition to the conversation with me saying, awesome, tell me about yourself. And I get to continue to lead the conversation by inviting them to share and giving them the space and the platform to talk about what they do or who they are or what their background is. I'm going to ask curious questions like always and ultimately work towards seeing what opportunities exist for the two of us. This is a really professional way to open a call. And it's so much better than two people getting into a conversation and not really knowing what to do next or asking random questions without a defined direction. It might seem so simple, but I promise you, try this. It makes a dramatic difference in the way conversations are held. I remember Johnny Juan Ortiz on my team, a great friend, client, team member, introduced me to Tom Ziegler, son of legendary Zig Ziglar. Him and his dad and their company has influenced over 250 million people through their speeches, their trainings, their coaching. It's one of the most incredible influential families in personal development of all time. This was definitely the most interesting referral or introduction I've ever had, the most cerebral, if that's the right way to say it. I don't want to say cerebral, but the most celebrity type introduction I'd ever had. And I was a little nervous and excited getting on the call with Tom Ziegler. And I pre-framed that call. I asked him how his day was going, how he was doing. He told me a little something, and then he asked how I was. And I said, I'm great. I'm so excited that Johnny Wan connected us. I'm really excited to be talking to you. I have so much respect for you and your dad and your family. And I'd love to just learn more about what's going on at Ziegler these days, what you guys are excited about, share what I'm doing in my business, and see how we can support each other. If there's an opportunity for me to make introductions or referrals or help you solve problems, if there's any ways for us to collaborate together, I'm really open to it. If we just get to know each other a little bit today, that sounds good to me too. And I'm honored to be on the call with you. Does that all sound okay? And he said yes. Then we had a meaningful conversation that ultimately led to him inviting me to come speak at their conference for all the Ziegler coaches. And then he came and spoke at my conference, and really cool opportunities presented. And a friendship did develop as well. All of that, though, I think was more possible because of the professional opening and the leadership of that pre-frame. Very simple and yet very powerful. You can do this. People will receive you when you do this as a greater leader. They'll be more curious about you, and it allows you the opportunity to naturally move into discovery and get to know that other person. And then an opportunity, of course, after that to share about yourself, and then to just check in on what opportunities exist, what opportunities you see. You might even ask them at the end of the call, like, hey, what opportunities do you see for how we can work together and collaborate? I'm always looking to, in those calls, add value, ask how I can help, ask who the other person wants to be introduced to, ask, if there's any prayer requests they have, any problems they're trying to solve, and see what I can do to be supportive of them. And then, of course, that's usually returned, and an opportunity exists for them to ask me and for us to find ways to do business together, find ways to grow together. It begins, though, with that first key step. We have to pre-frame the networking interaction. When you do that, everything else becomes easier. If you want more support on this topic and others, and or if you're just trying to get over like this feeling of sales avoidance or this fear that comes about when you think about a sales call or a networking call or pre-framing or taking the leadership role, if you've got some mental blocks around that, like almost every coach, by the way, I've ever met has had at some point, that's totally normal and natural. I'd love to help you with that. Come and join our free training we do on Wednesdays. It's called Land More Coaching Clients. You can go to landcoachingclients.com. Oh, goodness. You see, this happens all the time when we're recording. And we just keep going. Land More Coaching Clients. Oh, no, landcoachingclients.com. Landcoachingclients.com. This is just one of those things. Oh, my goodness. All right. See, you can have a lot of success in business without being perfect. Be authentic, show up, make mistakes, laugh at yourself, and keep going. But join us, www.landcoachingclients.com, for a free training so that you can be better at these kinds of skill sets. Landcoachingclients.com. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your grace and support. I'll talk to you again next week. Cheers.